Emily? Oh, I didn't want to say that. You're such a loser. Even saying your name is gross. What? Loser? Jasmine? Don't even say my name. It grosses me out. What's going on all of a sudden? We're going to be relatives soon. You and my brother are getting married tomorrow, right? Yes, in a 5-star hotel, one of the most luxurious in the world. A place a loser like you could never afford a wedding. I mean, if you ever could get married. Oh, sorry, that just slipped out. What? Nice comeback. No, but... Well, you're not married yet, but we are going to be family. Before, you were the one who asked me to call you Jasmine. I only had an older brother, and I was so happy I was going to have a sister-in-law. You were always nice and friendly to me. And now suddenly, you tell me not to call you by your first name. And loser and stuff? Why are you saying this stuff? Because Royce is a college graduate. When I heard that my sister-in-law-to-be only graduated from junior high school, I was upset. But Royce makes good money, and I thought it would be immature to break up with him for that reason. So I put up with it. I guess you could say Royce has a bit of a sister complex. He was always defending you, his sister, and he would get angry if I said anything bad about you. Your parents are the same way, aren't they? You're a middle school graduate who can only do a part-time job. Why don't you stop mooching off your parents and be more independent? Excuse me? Oh, I'm so sorry. Even if you wanted to be independent, you couldn't, could you? That's because you're independent disabled. Huh? That's right. You're just a helpless person with the intelligence of a middle school graduate. Your parents and your brother Royce are trying so hard to protect you and take care of you, aren't they? But I hate spoiled people. Huh? Well, I just heard a lot of stuff I didn't need to hear. Are you sure about this? If I told my brother and my parents about this, I don't think they'd be very happy. And I don't know what will happen to your marriage. Wow! You really are clueless, aren't you? Of course that part's fine, isn't it? I actually went to the city office today to file a marriage registration. I figured I don't have to play coy anymore, so why not? So, is this your way of revealing your true self just because of that? Well, partly, but also... Could you please not come to the wedding tomorrow? That's just going too far. I'm the groom's sister. I can't imagine one of the closest family members not being at the wedding. Absolutely not. Why not? I think this is something that goes without saying. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Please tell me. You know what? I can't believe a loser high school dropout is the sister of an exec like Royce. No one would believe it, and it's too embarrassing. Huh? Don't me. If you think about it, you'd understand, wouldn't you? You think a moron who is no better than a beggar can attend our beautiful wedding? My grandfather is the president of a big company. There's a world of difference between us. But I got an invitation. I just sent that out for appearances. My brother is looking forward to me coming. So what? Huh? On the contrary, Except for Royce and your parents, nobody wants you to come. I don't want my parents and all my relatives to breathe the same air as a high school dropout handicapped loser. Do not come to the ceremony. If you don't want to embarrass Royce, go hang out with all the other losers. Oh my God. Royce, maybe I shouldn't go to the wedding tomorrow. Huh? Why not? Are you not feeling well? Jasmine's grandfather would love to see you. I definitely want you to see the wedding. Well, the truth is, I just got a message from Jasmine and she told me not to come to the wedding. What? Why? She doesn't want to breathe the same air as a high school dropout. Huh. She also said I'm a high school dropout and a handicapped loser. She says that I'm mooching off my parents and that you spoil me. Where did she get that from? Did she really say that? You guys get along, don't you? Jasmine's an only child, and you just have one brother. You were so happy to get a sister-in-law. She said that now that you're officially married, she doesn't have to put up an act anymore. She's showing her true colors. What's that? I know it's hard to believe, so I'll send you a screen capture of the text messages. You can make your own judgment. Okay. This is terrible. Emily, I'm really sorry. You don't need to apologize, but it's not good. You've already registered the marriage, haven't you? No, we haven't registered our marriage yet. Oh, really? We were originally going to do it after the ceremony. I thought tomorrow might be too hectic, and I might not be able to fill it out calmly. So I just filled it out first, and I'm holding on to it for now. Did Jasmine think you've already submitted it? Maybe. That girl sometimes goes off on tangents with her assumptions. Up to now, it seemed to be a little cute, and she could get away with it when people backed her up. But this is going way too far. I can't believe she would talk about my precious little sister like this. She even said you have a sister complex. She can say whatever she wants, but treating you like this without even knowing who you are, it's unforgivable. Besides, a wedding is something the bride and groom make together. I can't believe that she was going ahead with this without my consent. Emily, can you just let me handle this? What do you mean, handle it? I have an idea. She needs to be taught a lesson for being so disrespectful to you. If you say so, okay. Even though I'm the one dealing with this. Jasmine is your fiancée, so I guess you are the one who needs to decide what to do about it. I'll leave it up to you, bro. Great. Jasmine's grandfather and parents are very influential people, and I don't want to cause trouble for you. I've got a lot to take care of, so you just come to the wedding as planned. Okay, I see. Don't go overboard. I expected that I wouldn't have a seat, but I didn't expect you to try to burn my hair with a lighter. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable is my line. I told you not to come to the wedding because I didn't want to breathe the same air as you. Why did you just show up at the wedding? Of course I came because I was invited. It's only natural that I would give priority to a written invitation, rather than a verbal promise that you unilaterally forced upon me. Fortunately, my parents noticed and extinguished the fire immediately, so I didn't get hurt. but the tips of my hair got burnt. What are you yapping about? I'm embarrassed by your presence, so go home. I'll leave, even if you don't tell me to. I don't want to be at a wedding with a violent woman who burns hair, not even for a second. Also, my parents and the groom's side of the family will all be going home with me. Do whatever you want. A loser family that cuddles a handicapped high school dropout. It doesn't make any difference if they're here or not. Do you really think so? Of course I do. Do you think Royce thinks the same way? Of course I do. Because he can marry me, whose father is the president of a major company. And we have a powerful lawyer in our family. If we get divorced, I'm going to demand a huge amount of compensation from Royce. A small family like yours could never make enough money for the rest of your lives. If that happens, your life will be over. I don't care how much of a sister complex you have. No one would give up their whole life to take care of a handicapped high school dropout loser of a sister. You can't protect your sister, a middle school graduate with a disability, just because of that. Come on, go home. Go home. Go home. I'm sorry to interrupt your excitement, but you are finished. Huh? You're saying something? You've been saying handicapped for a while now. How do you feel about that word? Your father and grandfather run a pharmaceutical company. Your customers are people who are truly disabled due to illness or injury. And yet you use such language to abuse people so lightly. What's wrong with calling a handicapped person handicapped? I am not disabled. You have the intelligence of a middle school graduate, so you must be disabled. I have a college degree. Huh? Well, technically, I went to school full-time until middle school. As an adult, I earned a high school diploma. I graduated from night college while working. So what? Most people go to middle school, high school, and college without a year's delay. Some of them go on to higher education as adults, or go to correspondence school. All those people are not normal. Disabled. Okay. Then my brother is handicapped too. What? Don't tell me you didn't know that. After graduating from high school, my brother got a job at his current company and graduated from a night college with a college degree while he was working. Huh? What? Originally, our parents were business owners just like yours. When I was in junior high school and my brother was in high school, the company went bankrupt and we were in huge debt. We had no choice but to go to work instead of going to school. But I continued to go to school and study with my own money while working. I know this must be hard for you to understand, since you have always depended on your parents' money for everything. Yes, that's right. I don't know anything about the world of those poor people. Besides, what's the point of having a college degree? Unlike Royce, who works hard and earns a lot of money, you don't even work hard. You're still at the bottom of the pile. I'm working too, you know. I mean, right now. I've just rented a meeting room at that 5-star hotel and am in a business meeting with Mr. Sims, the chairman of W Pharmaceuticals. Huh? Chairman Sims of W Pharmaceutical? Isn't that my grandpa? Yes, that's right. Of course, it's not only the chairman, but also the person from the department in charge, who actually works in the field, is with us. There was no point in staying at the wedding hall any longer. We decided to have a more meaningful conversation. And the fact that you tried to burn my hair earlier? The chairman knows all about it. What? I don't understand what's going on here. W Pharmaceuticals and my plastic container manufacturing company are going to do business. What? You run the company? That's right. Even though my father's company went bankrupt and we were in debt, I always admired my parents who were the presidents of their own company. That's why I started my own company after graduating from Knight College. Huh? Regardless of what you did this time, we've been talking about doing business with them for a while. Wait a minute! I didn't know anything about this. No. I've told you many times that I went to Correspondence High School and Knight College, and that my brother went to night school while working as well. He just didn't listen to me. Huh? Huh? That's absolutely not true. I haven't heard anything. Even if you weren't listening, what would your brother and the president of W Pharmaceutical think of someone who disrespects people based on their educational background and calls them handicapped? Now I'm going to take a screenshot of this message. I'm going to show it to everyone at W Pharmaceuticals. And while I'm at it, I've asked them to project it on the screen at the ceremony. Let's have all the invited guests on the bride's side see it. Wait! I don't want that secret to be known at the wedding. I didn't know Royce went to night school either. If it gets out, the marriage will be broken off, so go home now. Then I'll let the secret out. What? Wait! It's too late for that. At the venue over there, my brother will read out everything you've said and done, and he'll expose you. He's already made up his mind to break off the engagement with you. Huh? What do you mean breaking off the engagement? We're already married. How can you be divorced so easily? Jasmine, you are still single. Huh? My brother has the marriage certificate, and he was going to take it to the city office after the ceremony. No way! That was the plan all along, wasn't it? Why are you surprised? Oh, and your grandfather and parents know about the broken engagement. No! No way! Well then, watch the screen. Oh no! Jasmine's disgusting behavior became known to all the relatives and the employees of W Pharmaceuticals. Of course, the engagement was called off. Furthermore, Jasmine's parents disowned her because of the damage she would do to the company's image. She had to make do with a part-time job, which she had looked down upon so much. Jasmine, who had always depended on her parents' money, had no experience in the business world. She has never been able to get anything right, and she works every day while being yelled at by her boss, who is younger than her and only has a high school diploma. On the other hand, I have started a business partnership with W Pharmaceuticals, and we are making good profit. My brother also seems to have taken the stress of this matter to work, and his performance is ebbing and flowing, and he is on the verge of a promotion. My parents' company went bankrupt when I was very young, and my brother and I had a very difficult time. Thanks to that, we have the power to turn adversity into opportunity, and we are second to none in perseverance.
Hey you! I've been waiting all day to hear from you. How was your pregnancy checkup? Hi, Mom. I'm sorry. I just came back from the hospital and fell asleep. The doctor said that the baby was healthy. Stop talking nonsense. You know what I want to know. Seeing how you avoided me like that, I knew it immediately. It's a girl again, isn't it? Mom, regardless of the gender of the child, it is still my child and your grandchild. I just accept that my grandchild is a boy, how many times do I have to say it again? You are such a bad wife. Your only duty is to deliver a son for my family, but you can't do it. This is already the second daughter. What are you going to do? But Mom, I can't decide the gender of the baby. And whether the baby is a boy or a girl, it's still your grandchild. This time, gender is not a big matter anymore. What did you say? You mean I'm old-fashioned, backwards thinking, and sexist, right? No, Mom, I never think that. I'm so sorry. But my husband doesn't need a son. He never talked about it. He is my son. What I want is what he wants. My son is the main heir of this big family. He will never have a daughter. I don't want to say more. Get yourself an abortion. You can take advantage of this while your husband is on a business trip and abort it. And then it can be said that you fell down the stairs or hit a car or something. I will testify for you. What? No, Mom. Please don't force me to do that. Only 2 more months until the baby is born. I cannot kill it. Mom, I'm begging you. Don't do this to your grandchildren. You have forgotten your place. You have no decision-making power here. I didn't like you from the beginning. I don't understand how you manipulated my son to make him insist on marrying you. Mom, I beg you. Please pity me. Pity your grandchild. Don't make me have an abortion, please. You can treat me as badly as you want, but please, don't harm my kids. Hey, have I treated you so badly? I don't remember it that way. I have always cared for and pampered you and your stinky little daughter. You are so ungrateful to say that to me. I've given you two a place to eat and sleep. That's already too kind to useless people like this. I'm so grateful to you, but... But what? Are you expressing your dissatisfaction to me? Don't I just ask you to do all the housework? You don't have a job. You don't make any money. Shouldn't you do something like that to repay me? No, I never mean that. Or do you still think it was because I tripped your foot and caused you to fall, so you had to go to the hospital for a checkup? I already made it clear. My feet were left there before because you walked carelessly and got caught on your own. I'm so sorry. It was my fault. How dare you say I treat your daughter horribly? You mean I abused her? Mom, I don't want to blame you for anything. It's just, my daughter told me that sometimes you would spank her just because she said she liked having a sister. I also saw some bruises, like being beaten with a whip on her legs after she returned from your house. Do you know anything about this? Oh, you cannot believe a single word of the child. Maybe she was so playful that she fell or fought over toys with her friends in class, and she was afraid of being scolded by you, and she made up stories like that. You are a mother. You must care for her, not ask me like this. Yes, Mom, I understood. I will be careful. But the little girl also said you never hug, kiss, or let her sit on your lap. She admires the other children who can play with their grandmother and always asks why you don't like her. I'm afraid that if it continues like this, she will be psychologically affected. So what? After all, she's just a useless girl like her mother. Later, she will only get married and have nothing to do with this family anymore. So why should I waste my feelings on her? Mom, please don't use that word in front of my daughter. And please don't say negative things about the birth parent in front of the kids. If she hears it, she'll think it's all my fault. Like it or not, that's the truth. No one in this house welcomed its birth. If you had listened to my advice about the abortion, she wouldn't have suffered this much, all because you were determined to give birth to it. It's all your fault. Please grant me your forgiveness, that I have suffered enough. From now on, I will no longer tolerate your harsh words towards the children and me. How dare you? Don't have an abortion. I'll kick you 3 out of this house. This family doesn't have excess money to feed parasites like you. So now, you must have an abortion and give me a grandson. Or you bring your ugly daughter out of this house right now. With all due my last respect, Mom, I will never kill my child. You don't have the right to kick me out of this house. My husband and I are not divorced, and we do not intend to be. So technically, this house is half mine, and he won't allow you to do this. Aren't you afraid he'll find out what you did to me and get mad at you? Are you threatening me? Huh! You are very audacious to say that. Don't you keep pretending to be a meekness and forbear daughter-in-law anymore? This is your real face, isn't it? I have always been patient with you until now, Not because I pretend, but because I respect you as my husband's mother. But it's fine if you criticize me, but if you want to harm my babies, I definitely can't let it go. Huh? Then what are you going to do with me? Hit me, scorn me, or sue me? Do what you're gonna do. No, Mom, I won't act like that. I just need you to let us live together and never come to my house again. You are not entitled to give me orders. I didn't order you. I just wanted to have a deal with you. Deal with me? Do you have anything worth trading with me? I have your son's belief and love. You know that your son always trusts and loves me. If I showed him the messages you forced me to have an abortion, we all know how he would react. Hillary, you are being ridiculous. You should better not let my son know about this. Fine. I let you give birth to that baby and never touch her again. I will make you have to regret this. Yes, thank you, Mom. I hope you can keep the deal. I promise that no one will ever know about this conversation today.
Hey, Hillary. I heard that you gave birth yesterday, right? How do you feel now?
Oh, hi, Mom. Luckily, I had a healthy delivery. The new baby is very cute.
Oh, that sounds great. So, when will you go home from the hospital?
I think I will come home in the next 2 days. I'm not assured about my daughter. I don't know if she can get ready for the first day of school next week.
Oh, you don't have to worry about it. It would be best to take care for your health and the newborn better. Your husband told me that the newborn is not gaining enough weight, so you should stay at the hospital a few days to monitor her health.
Mom, actually, the newborn is...
Oh, don't worry about the firstborn. I will take care of her for you in the next 2 days.
Really? It's so surprising. I think you've changed.
Yeah, Hillary, I think you said it right. Even if the babies are boys or girls, they are still my grandchildren, and I should care about them. I apologize for being so harsh on you earlier. I know you will not tolerate my mistakes, but I hope you will allow me to make up for you and the babies.
Oh, Mom, I am very happy to hear that. My daughter will be very excited when she hears about this. Of course I forgive you. I have always wished that we could become a real family.
Thank you, my lovely daughter-in-law. Yeah, it's the perfect time to build a true family.
I am also very sorry for getting angry and saying bad words to you the other day. I hope you didn't take it seriously.
It's okay. I was the one who was wrong first. I was very sorry for forcing you to have an abortion. I really can't believe I would say such cruel words. Fortunately, you did not listen to me.
It's all over, Mom. You don't have to feel guilty about it anymore. I'm so curious. What could make you change your mind?
I was just thinking about what you said. Indeed, I have not loved my beautiful grandchild before, and I want to make up for that time for her. Besides, I also don't want my son to be bothered when there are conflicts between the two women he loves the most. I believe you don't want that either?
Yes, Mom. I believe we can live together harmoniously.
Well, I understand. You've just had a baby, so I'm sure you're tired. You just have to rest and remember to stay in the hospital to monitor your health for a few more days. I'll come and take my grandchild to my home. Don't worry.
Yes. Thank you, Mom. Hi, Mom. The baby and I had just got home. Thank you for taking care of my daughter these days. Can I ask you to drive her to my home, please? My husband went to the company for urgent issues and I couldn't pick her up yet.
Huh? What are you talking about? Your daughter hasn't been in my house for 2 days. I don't know where she is.
What? Mom, but you said you would take care of her when I stayed at the hospital. Why don't you know where she is? Besides, it's been 2 days. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Hey, I said I would take care of her, but I said I would only take care of her for 2 days. That's because you stayed in the hospital for so long without hiring a babysitter. Why didn't you care about her? Why blame me?
How can you completely shirk any responsibility like this? It was you. You told me to stay at the hospital longer. Oh no, my poor daughter. I need to call the police. I need to call my husband. Hey, calm down.
He said he would be home in a minute. My daughter is missing. Should I calm down? No, my daughter. Why do you have to waste time, effort, and money to find her? Who can be sure she's still alive? Gloria, how can you talk like that? You're such a cold-blooded person. If anything happens to my daughter, I will never forgive you. I will curse you to death.
How dare you call my name like that?
You seem like you're from a bad upbringing. What can I expect from a stupid, poor girl that a single mother raised? Besides, she just got lost while playing on her own. Didn't I purposely throw her out on the street, and you told me I was cold-blooded? So why didn't you tell me earlier? Because you didn't ask me about her. What kind of mother would leave her child to someone else to look after and then ignore it? The kid got lost. That's all because of you. Yeah, you're right. The child is missing because of me. Because I trusted you so much that I gave her to you. Hey, Hillary, calm down. This is not a time to blame one another. Yes, I need to find her. Where did the last time you met her? No, Hillary, I didn't mean you should go to find her. It's just that we can't tell if she's starved somewhere or she's been sold. We shouldn't waste our time looking for it. You should give birth to a new one. I have a feeling you will have a son this time. Shut up! How dare you talk about my daughter like that? Don't you have the slightest concern for my daughter? How could you say such scary things? Even now, do you still want to have a grandson? Didn't you promise not to harm the children and let us live in peace? And I still kept my promise. I promised not to touch you and the newborn baby. Look, you two are still healthy. You are so shameless. You clearly said that you wanted to live peacefully with me, didn't you? Why are you doing this? You are such an idiot. Do you think I'll ever humbly apologize to you? I just did this so you can relax your vigilance and let me pick her up. If she disappears, you'll have to have another baby, and I'll have a chance to have a grandson. What? That's all your plan? Just to have a grandson? It is really scary, Gloria. So what? You can't do anything now. Be obedient and give birth to another child. My grandson can't wait anymore. My husband has already come home. Wait, oh my God. That's my daughter. He brought our daughter home. What? It can't be true. I dropped her far away from home. Gloria, I really wanted to live in harmony with you, but now it seems that will never happen. My husband said he knew everything you did. No, you are such a liar. You promised not to let him know anything. Yes, I still keep the promise. I am not the one who told him about this. My daughter did. What? How could he find her? I was careful. It turns out he came to the company to pick our daughter up. She said that yesterday you drove her to a park that was very far away from my house and dragged her out of the car and drove away. She cried and called out your name, but you didn't stop. She was very scary. But fortunately, a colleague of my husband's walking in the park recognized her and took her home to care for her. No, it's impossible! My husband's phone was run out of batteries yesterday, so the coworker couldn't call him until this morning. As soon as he arrived at the company, my daughter told him everything. He is furious now. It was because of you! Since you appeared, my obedient son has completely changed. If it weren't for you giving birth to 2 daughters, I wouldn't have come to this step. Gloria, you're so obsessive about it. Besides, I never said that the newborn is a girl. What? Really? You mean that the newborn is a boy? Do I have a grandson? Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I wouldn't have treated you so harshly if I had known this. Oh, my beloved daughter-in-law. Yes, Gloria, my newborn child is a boy, but he is no longer your grandson anymore. What are you talking about? Of course I'm his grandmother. No, Gloria. My husband and I have decided to never allow you to come near, touch, talk to, or even look at our children again. We cannot let our children come into contact with a cruel, autocratic, sexist person like you. No way! You can't do that! You're lying! My son will never do this to me. Actually, this is his decision first. You should feel lucky that my daughter didn't get hurt. We would have sued her for child abuse if she was in pain. No, Hillary, please! Why can't I text my son anymore? He has blocked you already, and now it is my turn. No, please, Hillary, I'm really sorry. Hillary, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. Please let me see my grandson.
I promise not to harm you or the kids anymore. Please forgive me.
After that, my mother-in-law came to the house to meet and apologize to us. But my husband refused to meet her face to face and sent her away. She cried and begged me to help. But honestly, I couldn't forgive what she did to the kids and me. My husband decided to cut ties with her and move to another place. I heard that when she heard that we were moving, she went to our friend's house to ask for our new location. But no one would tell her. Now I am very happy with my fulfilling life. My husband still loves me and the kids very much. Even though it was a bit difficult at first, we overcame it and are still together.